Good. Good. Howdy. Well, howdy, Serp. Howdy, Serp. How you doing? All right, so we have restarted. We are wearing a good hat instead of the bad hat. And they do actually have the thing that just lets you skip the prologue and then pick your stuff. Also, I am ruthless now instead of honorable. Because why not? Let me do, well, we're going to do this. Okay. Also, so what do they start me with? Stuff. No dynamite, though. I also off-stream went and did the dynamite thing, and wow, that's so dumb. There's 2 dynamites that you can get in the tutorial area, and then there's a 3rd one that you can get if you die to the 3rd snake, which you would normally never do. But that's the only way to get the 3rd dynamite, and you go do the thing. You spend all 3 dynamite to blow up the wall, and you get a box, and it's locked, so you also need to use a needle to open it, and inside is 1 meat. So it's a difficult to find little Easter egg that gives no benefit whatsoever. So... the plan is we're going to zip through the early stuff, because we did this last time. Everything that we need to do in the thing. Talk to Elbury, he doesn't talk. We got the spittoon, she doesn't talk. They don't talk. They don't talk. Where's Susie? Alright, we talked to Lloyd. Give me a room. Nice. Do you need help with anything? I'll see what I can do. Old man by the piano. Too bad, I love that stuff. No darts. Oh, and I do have a needle this time. Good. Then could you finally listen and took off that dumb hat? Aren't you funny? Alright, so with 5 mysticality I could fix this guy. And then the music will be good. Poor old Ellsbury. We're gonna grab that. Don't think we want anything else. Post office. We'll send my brother a postcard once we find one. Here is one. It is mine. Wanted. Was there something at the end of here? Probably not. Certainly not. Kind of tired. I was watching some people play Alexander Ultimate. Seems hard. So I think the plan is I'll run around and do a whole bunch of stuff in the first area, and then after we finish that and move on to the second, that's when I'll go do the Gun Manor DLC. I don't know if it is like stat independent or if it scales or what. We'll figure it out when we get there. Your heart skips a beat as you spy a floating cow skull in the middle of the distance. It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Approach it. Got the jump on him. Alright, so she's got a shoot and a cover. Oh, interesting. It's only going to be useful against things that have ranged attacks. Crush that skull to powder, but not before you extracted the useful bits of it. Cow hate flashes in her eyes. The bones make it pretty good. Booze, medicine, or weapons? I'll take the booze. Decent whiskey. Also by 5, that is pretty decent. This is a bottle of perfectly adequate whiskey, which is perfectly capable of shoring up any perceived inadequacies in its drinker. Boards can't hide from your prying eyes or your prying crowbar. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked to it says, please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it, because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider. It isn't even signed. You can hardly be expected to take it seriously. I don't know why this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. So I do have Ruthless now. I also picked that. I don't remember why exactly. What was the deal? Just because, I guess. Alright. Is that the Stripy Hat Gang? What happened to them? They had a run-in with a giant spider. A giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. And now there's another wanted poster. The Potemkin Gang. I still need to go back there, though, because I didn't get Hot Dog Pete, or whatever his name is. Come across the corpse of a cowboy. How do you know it's the corpse of a cowboy? Well, you see by his outfit that he is a cowboy, and you see by his lack of flesh that he is a corpse. Dang, Mentor, you're not really a sentimental type, are you? Nope. Nothing good, nothing good. Alright, we already know him. This is Hot Dog Pete. Hot Dog somebody. Hot Dog Bob? The Hot Dog, that's his name. How about a Hot Mentor? What does that even mean? Haha. Maybe they killed him for playing the draw harp too much. Oh, and lots of cheap alcohol. Very well. Let's go to Do I actually need to go to the railroad camp? We'll find out. You find an abandoned crate, which has mine stuff stenciled on the side, which is the worst grammar you've ever seen, even in a time and place notable for its programmer. Which are now your stuff. Huh. Is this a lubricant or a lubricant? Both, in a sense, because it is a can of lubricant. No boots yet. Alright, so I think I'm gonna just drink the decently whisked. That whiskey you drank has whisked your blood into a medium strength frenzy. Not bad at all. I don't remember this. A wispy, tattered little bit of an infernal cow spirit just hanging out on this side of the pail going boo, boo. That must be related to, what's her name? To Susie. I never saw that before. This guy should never be put in charge of a switch. Hey, where'd you get that? It's a nice watch. Where'd you get it? Worth the scale. Name of Button Willow. Button Willow something. Where is this store? Oh, you can't miss it. It's right between a cactus and a different cactus. He points to a spot on your map. Thanks. Don't mention it. No, really. Thanks a lot. Sure, sure. Don't mention it. I mean it. I really appreciate you telling me where that store is. Really. It's no trouble at all. Don't mention it. I mean it. I've run out of ways to thank you for your help, but I really do want you to know that I'm very grateful for your help. His face starts to turn red. Do not mention it. He looks about ready to punch you if you don't knock it off. Okay, don't mention it. Expert Whistler. Did I also get the third dynamite? Did you miss the story? I did say that I got the third dynamite. Well, not in this playthrough, but offline. I went to, I was like, oh, okay, I'll prepare a new character to play. And as I did, I was going through there, got the third dynamite, used it, used a needle to pick the thing that's inside, and the reward is 1 meat. Which, I mean, okay. But if you opt to skip the tutorial, they give you a bunch of stuff, but none of it is dynamite, which is fine. Alright, so this guy immediately quits. Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. Want to know something? I love trains. Oh? Ever since I was a little boy. Huge, magnificent, roaring beasts. They were magical to me, like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? What's that? Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the ass you will ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations. You're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Swell. There he goes. I guess I'm the boss now. The man looks you up and down. Well, I suppose you can't be any worse than that last clown. Name's Smee. I'm your assistant. What's the situation? Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing this giant pile of rocks blocking our path. The surveyors say there isn't any suitable mountain pass, so we can't reroute around it, even if we had the months it'd take. Any ideas? Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, it'll take a lot of dynamite. A year's worth, I figure. We used to keep that much on hand for emergencies just such as this one, but a pack of goblins stole it all. Sneaky little varmints. Alright, I'll get it back for you. Glad to hear it. The goblins are holed up over in Gustavson Gulch. It's a real rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and honing your fighting skills before you head that way, especially if you plan to go in guns blazing. We don't need that specific dynamite, though. Any you can lay your hands on will be fine, as long as there's enough of it. Don't you also have the... I thought you had the option to, like... do something else. So there's Goofsasson Gulch. We shouldn't go there yet, he says. But we'll store. I don't have any money yet. Let's go to Stearns Ranch. A Gulch Goblin Rustler. Hey, Drizzard DW. I actually, last year, I streamed playing through the game twice, but that was without the DLC. So this is my third playthrough, and I, unfortunately, will be kind of speeding through a little bit. Not necessarily reading every single thing, but I am playing on a character I haven't played before. I'm a Cowpuncher this time, and we do have the DLC, so I'm going to play that. Lots of needles here. Good. Another ranch burned down by friggin' cows. Damn, that steams me something fierce. Guess we should check for survival. Oh, is she saying anything else? Alright. It's a crate. Canteen. Handful of nails. Jethro Stearns. Charred locket. Smoking chrysanthemum. Ouch. Gwendolyn Stearns. Mary Stearns. I do greatly enjoy this game. Oh, by the soft light of the fading embers, you see a glint of light from below. You hold your nose with one hand as you... Oh, because we're in the outhouse. It's all quiet now. Alright, let's start, Oops. Alright, so I want that. Do a whole lot of shooting, but is that no, not a weapon. What about that? Melee damage and spell damage. Oh, I forgot to even read my book. There's a chapter about situational awareness and its importance when trying to survive in a world full of demon cows. Increases max AP by 2 will probably be pretty good. Brawny just increases max HP. That's always nice. Haymaker for stun. I guess Ever Vigilant is going to be fun. You study the situational awareness techniques until you can read them with the eyes in the back of your head. You're ready for anything, as long as anything is a fight. Then you shoot the book into pieces, because you don't trust it or anything else anymore. That book had it coming. I don't really have much to do with my AP yet, but that's okay. Nothing left. Damn those devils. Kind of redundant. I don't see any bodies. Just those graves out front. Hope whoever dug them got away. Yeah. Beans in the pot. Should I eat something? Maybe? No, well, those aren't good for me anyway. Gift sub for a oh yeah, I saw you say that in Marsted's channel. Very weird. You have ducks now. Is that the duck from... It's the duck from, Earthbound. Oh, I don't have the stats to do stuff in here. Alright, we'll come back here. this? Shaggy Dog Cave. I'm also not going to read the Shaggy Dog story again. I will read all of the spittoons that we come across. And that one goes with your Muffet emote. What's new, Susie? There's another ranch out this way, the Butterfield Ranch. Dairy farm, mainly. Alright, we can check it out. Read all this? Nah. I did read all of these on the way through. Some fellow was real into plaques. Think they're important. Only one way to find out. I will have him read them. Just in case that triggers something. But I've already... I do love Shaggy... Like, this is a super lame joke, which I love. You go through all of these, reading all of these plaques, and there's no real payoff. Which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. I feel like this was an entire stream. Just going through the Shaggy Dog Cave and reading everything. And I think this is the last one. Yeah, there's just an empty hole. And he's like, yep. He's like, we did it. We found the treasure. There's jewels in there and everything. It's a hole, completely empty one. I also do have silly walks, but I turned it off. They're amusing, but I don't like having them on for an entire playthrough. It seems like many people do. Also, I totally could have just hit M, couldn't I? I forget if anything. I don't think anything else happened. Oh no, I can talk to Susie as I leave. The aristocrats. What? Forget it. No, I'm sure that there are a lot of people who play this game who do want people to give them advice. I don't actually. Whether it was a blind playthrough or not, actually, I don't really like people letting me know things that. I mean, I will. Actually, I don't want to go back there just yet. We'll go to Fort Cowardice first. But yeah, like I know that in this game, more than almost any other game out there, there's going to be a lot of like little missable things that are like, oh, if you didn't realize, go talk to this guy again, or go do this thing, and there's a funny joke there. Guess what? There's funny jokes all over the entire game. It's not quite as much fun to have someone tell you how to get them compared to just stumbling across them yourself. It's part of the reason that I'm playing through it a third time, is there are probably some things that I'm going to find on my own that I didn't on the previous two playthroughs, and it'll just be fun. It'll just be fun that way. So we already came through here last time. Oh, really hurts to not have lockpicking. What did I take last time? Or I think on one of my other playthroughs I took. This was how. Last week I started playing this again. I went to go do this, and chat. Well, I can't really say that chat urged me that hard into it, but people were suggesting that I should put on the hard hat, so I did, and then the game became just monumentally difficult. I got to this fight and was killed by them without hitting them like a single time. Like they just went, they got the drop on us. Yeah, that was kind of what I thought too. But it was more like, this is... Like, clearly you can't, like, there's achievements that you can get in Steam, so it must be possible, but it's like you would need to map out everything you were gonna do. Also, should I be... Oh, I've got two stomach points. Oh, that you use in combat, alright. It's in combat. Heart attack is food. If I want some armor, I don't. Maybe I do. Not difficult enough. Your opinion is wrong. No. I mean, like I said, it's just that you would need to plan out a lot. You would need to make, like, heavy use of consumable items. You would need to do a lot of things. But yeah, I walked into that fight with the 3 goblins, and they were like, they got the drop on us. Pow, pow, pow. Like, she's dead, and I'm at a sliver of health. With papers, diagrams, grouse. Render them needed. I don't have safe cracking. The no demi less, no demi more joke. Alright, we got the saltpeter. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pairs of spectacles. Looks like a family of especially literate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Tragic. Oh, more cow punching. I accept. There's a chapter written by a guy who survived 17 different near-fatal gorings. He really learned a lot about getting gored. It gives gore a skill that lets you attack an entire row of enemies. Here's a really interesting article about punching people. Okay, that's the stun. And here's a chapter about adapting the stampeding behaviors of demonic cattle for human use. Bull stomp that does damage to all enemies. I think I like gore. Read all of the book's inconvenient truths about goring. Like the movie. You got a skill, gore. Unfortunately, you accidentally gore the book into bits while practicing what you've learned. Blunders. Blunder? Am I blundering? You spent enough time in the triangular area where 2 trails merge to know how... Geometry? You've spent enough time in the triangular area where 2 trails merge to know how to most efficiently hurt a whole row of things. Is that area called a gore? Are we learning vocabulary? Alright, so I've got a needle. Oh, I don't have more mysticality. Let me turn off auto XP. And now I still need a bunch more XP. Maybe I'll get some for turning in this, whoops. Turn this in. Take it. That's the stuff. Okay, the next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper because it's really spicy, because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. They grow in the area outside of town. You should be able to find one if you just wander around a little while. I shall do that. Here's something interesting. Oh, right. That's where we get the little miniature piano. Because of the story. That we totally read and didn't skip. Dirt, water. So I'm gonna do something else. I definitely... Nope, I don't want that either. Okay. Alright, we're off. Combs Maine. Makes a glurk noise. Good for him. Let's wander. Get us a murder pepper. Catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to its source, a vividly colored red shape hanging from a scraggly little plant. This must be the southeast western murder pepper that fell at the jewel was looking for. Your finger and thumb immediately start throbbing as you pluck the pepper. Toss it into your rucksack before it can do any more damage. This incredibly spicy pepper grows only in a narrow region of the west. Hot. Take it, take it, take it. I don't want it. Here it is. Nice big one. That'll last a while. Okay, if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go check my mail. I ordered a new saute knife, but I haven't got time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my post office box. Here. Even though you're holding it, you're still pretty sure there's no such thing as a saute knife. Anyway, it's too thin to use as a weapon, so it's not even worth stealing. Back to the chef. This'll work a lot better than that hammer I was using. Okay, I only need one more favor from you, but it's the most important. I used to have this recipe for a very secret jerk sauce, but my jerk friend Dave J stole it from me. And then he died. He took the secret to his grave. Literally, I mean. He was buried with it. You want me to dig up his grave? He's dead. He won't mind. Or is he buried in the Dave yard, naturally? Well, okay. Oh, yes. That's a lot of meat. Oh, but I don't have a pickaxe, otherwise I could have gotten even more. Here lies Dave B. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. I do have a shovel. Brown boots. Boots but no pants. Nice. We have 4 AP now. Not much to spend it on. Remains look pretty restless. Alright, so I know this isn't as if... Oh, 8 damage. Well, I want to see it anyway. You mean the restless remains more restful? Hooray! Well, there's Dave C. Went down in the theater. We're gonna have a very easy time. I don't know where this whole blunder thing came from. Dave J. Rip-a-pa-pa-pow. Rip-a-pa-pow. You dig up the grave and pry open the coffin. Instead of a corpse, it contains a garbage bag? Strange. You reach into the garbage bag and surprised to find it's full of pudding? No, not just pudding. It's pudding and motor oil. Who would do this? You finally manage to reach all the way to the bottom of the bag and retrieve a sodden lump from the bottom. You unglob the wad and dry it off. Wash your arm in a nearby ditch. This better be worth it. Dave's secret sauce recipe. Just combine all these ingredients in a small pot, stir, and abracadabra. Rap-a-pa-pow. I don't know who that Dave is. I don't know who most of these Daves are. Dave L. Died of a heart attack. See you negative 36 years. Free lunch. And they said there was no such thing. There's Dave G. He was looking to the sky to save him. Even the sky can't save a fella from like 40 angry bears. That's probably... I know that song, right? Looking to the sky to save something. Potentially. I might have made that up. I've been known to make up songs. You check the bones for Dickens. Nope, you beat them all out. That's not a thing? That's not a thing. Well, what have we here? Dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. Gore-splattered scroll. This scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you, you've gotten all that practice reading inside a dog. This is probably my second favorite joke in the game. Although they used it a couple of times, I bet, in Kingdom of Loathing. The whole reading inside of a dog joke. Human ashes. This is a human in the final stage of that whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when it's in powder form. This is a receipt for a delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. Now, I don't know if because what's the deal? If you have Doc Alice is looking for the necromancer. Dave I know. Dave Duchovny. The truth was out there. It killed him. Doc Alice wants you to go, like, after the necromancer. So there's this whole big long quest that I think ends with you actually finding him and fighting him, which I never actually did on my playthrough. Did not realize, like, I beat the game without realizing that I still had that and didn't finish it. I don't know if it's still going to be possible without her, but Susie is sure to have her own story thing. It was Dave G. Murdered by a different fellow named Dave G. Pile of bones that isn't moving around. Oh, a skull with an odd tag on it. Intercemetery loan. How's my... Bump that up to 5. 4, meaning 5. Okay, we got a bunch. What should I also do? Am I gonna want to use... I probably am gonna want beef up. Beefed all the way up. It's a very easy to use skill. But these are also good. This is just attack damage. And this has more, actually. Oh, what do these do? Get more meat and find more items is another thing to boost early on. Yeah, let's get that instead. Oh wait, I have enough for both. Good. Oh, I was gonna go return the sauce, but let's go do something else first. Go to Butterfield Ranch. Old mission. Actually, yeah, let's go to that. I should be talking to her too, because sometimes your partner's gonna say something. I ain't the churchy sort. I think I'll wait out here and catch up on my whittling. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What's wrong, sister? They came back. They just came back and took them. I couldn't stop them. Whoa, slow down, okay? What happened? Our holy relics. The saints just stormed up out of the catacombs and took them back. Wow. I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe they'd fire me if I tried to stop them. The cardinal will be here any minute. And here comes a pope. What am I going to do? Start with, take a deep breath. Try to calm down, okay? What's your name? I'm Sister Mary. My name's Mentor. Now what's this about saints? Our mission is to protect 3 sacred relics. I'm the relic keeper. It's my specific job to look after them. Wait. Do they call you Memento No. She shows you the ruler. She keeps tucking her sleeve. No, they do not. Okay, sorry. So what happened? The saints, oh, it's too horrible. They came to life somehow. They came up out of the catacombs, all skeletal and ghastly looking. I mean, it's probably blasphemy to say that, but I nearly fainted. And they took back their relics? Yes, and if they aren't recovered before the cardinal gets here, I'll be in so much trouble. Uh-oh, how much time is there? Well, he's still months overdue, so it's probably not all that urgent. But still! Alright, I'll get them back for you. Thank you so much. Oh, wait a second, are you going to have to fight them to get the relics back? Because that's probably blasphemous, too. I mean, probably, but if black magic brought them to life, that's, like, super blasphemous, right? So it evens out? Oh dear. The Cardinal is going to want to have a very long talk about this. But go ahead and do what you must, I suppose. I think... Pew, pew, pew. I think each one of them requires a certain amount of stats in order to, like, actually do the fight. Kick him! Damn it! Well, thanks a lot, chat. Alright, let's not do that. Gold tooth. It's mine now. Twitching in an unnerving fashion. Guess there's no way it could be twitching that wouldn't be unnerving. We'll crack some skulls there. Well, one skull. Sitting at a weird angle that's notable for some reason. It was resting on top of a commemorative spoon. Whispering. Oh, I have to come back here after I know what the whispering means. Well, serial number. Oh, this is where the skull goes. There you go, safe and sound. I don't have a pickaxe. You won. That's what you get, you dumb old skeleton. This way to Paseo del Santo. There lies Saint Beefus. After he died, his body kept trying to rise to heaven, but it was so heavy it just kind of flopped around a bunch. They had to intern him in a big stone sarcophagus to put a stop to it. Gross. Here lies Santa Cordata. She was drawn and quartered by heretics, and then the quarter that had her head on it was beheaded. The dismemberment was so effective that nobody was able to get her body to stay together even after she was just bones. Spooky. Here lies Saint Pope. He was excommunicated for impersonating a pope, but there was some kind of bureaucratic issue, so they weren't able to unbeatify him. Beatify. Just some trash. Clove cheroot, lots stubs of black eyeliner pencils, that kind of thing. The necromancer's cultists are real litter bugs. It's strange, though. How did they even get in here? What's this? A note. Yes, it's a note. Cryptic note about ley lines. Jeez, they really knew how to build stone sarcophaguses back in the day. So yeah, you need 10 of a stat in order to do this. Ugh. Oh, 1 damage. That's not good. Alright, well, I guess I'm on healing duty. Oh, and I can poison him. This will work out just fine. Immune to poison? What if I insist? Okay. Oh, you can only cure once. Alright, I will eat the thing. Bonk. And I did it without any help. The bigger they are, the harder they excommunicate. That's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna use that for a long time. Boom. Yeah, let's glamour again. You need a while before you get 3 liver. Beef up the beef up. Alright. What I just realized, I'm not going to, need a bit more of each of those before I can go do the other two. No problem. I'll come back with a pickaxe. I saw an empty coffin. I saw an empty coffin just inside the catacomb door. Oh, don't worry about that. We're just storing that for an escape artist. An escape artist? Yes, he was taking his act on the road, but needed to lighten his luggage, so he gave us a generous donation in exchange for storing it for him. Oh, right. I was on my way to Butterfield Ranch. I don't know if gore is going to be that helpful, because things usually don't line up nice. Oh well. Nice. They were rattlesnakes. There'll be time to chat after we take care of this damn cow. You are gonna have to deal with this cow if you want to explore this area. Okay. Whoa. Hey, cow. Get bonked. Oh, that, Oh, good. Okay. Let's, I can only use it on myself. Alright. Oof. You demolish that demonic cow from this realm. Get thee hence, little doggy. Tainted beefsteak. This would have been a prime piece of beef, full of potential, before its owner was taken over by a... This would have been a prime piece of beef, full of potential, before its owner was taken over by a smoldering demonic spirit. Now it's well done. I actually do eat well done steak. Fight me. Extra thick leather. I don't know what to do with that yet. Damn it! Damn them cows! I ain't gonna let them get away with this. Why do they do it, you think? Ain't no reason, it's just what they do. Ascribing reason to these beasts is just hog feathers and duck feed. I got a rope. I got a rope. Oh, a red hot poker. Does that have a use? Beef's thigh is better than, like, anything. Oh, wait. How? I couldn't do this before. Now I can. This is better, this inventory. No wonder the cows hate you. You murder them and then murder any chance they had of being decent food. I actually really don't eat steak, like, at all. And if I did, I wouldn't get it medium. I mean, I wouldn't get it well done, I guess. But I would. But yeah, I'd rather have more moxie. Sure, why not? We all would. Curly was here. Wait a second. Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly's meat. You read that in Doc Alice's house, I think. Luckily, you don't have to actually go inside the outhouse, because once you open the door, you find a map scratched to the inside of it. The map reveals the location of a mine just west of the ranch named Coal Ridge. There's an inset map of the mine itself with a big X stroke. Yes, okay. You have nothing to churn. Lock picking 2. Not dangerous unless you get near them. Walk 'em. Ow. Oh. Menudo Geo. Great. Effectively infinite. Wow. Okay, so she just has a she's just got a stun. Single target stun. Brass bull ring. Years of being stuck in the nose of a cow have done nothing for the finish on this thing. Alright, she just got stronger again. And I have 2,500 meat. Alright, let's go do some things. Let's go... Could go to Coleridge. It's right there. Not that distance actually means anything. I'll still get in an encounter on the way there. Discamite. Dynamite Dan's Dynamite Warehouse. Perhaps next time. Fun with your rocks, Haas. I'll watch the horses. Some of these rocks might be valuable. If you bring them out here and they're on the level, I'll help you carry them back to town. Oh, thanks. Ellsbury? Ellsbury's helmet and a bottle of laudanum. You open the door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white goo that was on the outside of the locker. Ah, you got it. This guy must have died after his coworkers played a prank on him where they stuffed him into his locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I can't believe you dang jerks stuffed me into my locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I died from that, yells the skeleton, confirming both your insight and his vengeful murderous intent. I'm gonna slam him back in there. And then open it again. She is so strong. At least he's not suffering anymore, and his bones are really clean. Don't know the combo. Exposed meat vein. I don't have a pickaxe. I do have a rope. And there's the 3 stones. Curly's compass. This was Curly Butterfield's compass, but that dude must have always been lost because this thing points every which way but north. Spirals. Loot it anyway. Good, got the pickaxe. Let's go to her store. Crate of supplies bound for the nearby armory fort. It looks like it fell off the wagon, or the driver fell off the wagon and was too drunk to strap it down. Stuff. I like stuff. Need anything? Trail mix? No, I'm good. This barrel smells like pickles and looks like an empty pickle barrel. Want that for sure. I already have a can of oil. I already have a crowbar. Desert eating and drinking, yes please. I've got, like, just enough for that hammer. Please don't hurt him with it. And there's probably stuff that I could sell if I cared to. I won't bother right now. Desert eating and drinking. We have the foraging skill now. Good. Unfortunately, while practicing your techniques, you accidentally squeeze the book into book juice, which it turns out isn't a real thing. Cow punching, though. That's a real thing. Okay, the old 1, 2, 3. There's our single target crazy thing. We'll just put 1,000,000 points in that. Easy game. I guess, right? Or should I just get passive? No. No. One on the old 1, 2, 3. You unfold the poster and punch it until you're extra good at punching. Unfortunately, you're not very good at stopping punching, and you punch the book to bits. Aw. You've learned that the only thing better than hitting an enemy once is hitting an enemy several times. Well, I will talk to Ellsbury before I start wearing his hat.